So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We're up and running then. Great chance! Superb goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now it's Messi. Gattuso was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And he's found a way past. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Getting up there! It's hit the crossbar. Pirlo. And it's Messi. Luis Suarez! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. Vieira. It's a pretty loose pass. Nicely weighted ball. Romario might just make this. Now it's Messi. He's found a way through. And Messi! And he's following up. And a neat finish. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Luis Suarez! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Suarez is offering a right smile there. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Romario is the guilty party there. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Oh, that's fabulous. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Pirlo. Nice sequence of passes, this. Tries one from range. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Nicely spread. Now it's Yamal. He has found a way through. Chance, surely! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Well, I'm glad he took the opportunity to run with the ball when the chance came about. That's the kind of positive thinking they need right now.
And it's Thuram. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pirlo. Almost half an hour in now. Messi looking here to chip it through. And the finish! It's a goal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And this is a chance for a shot! He'll try from distance! He doesn't look too happy with that.
I'm a little surprised that he actually couldn't make that count. He's so good from that range. Often, he'll find the net.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And this is Luis Suarez. Kyoto Sanga looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Stood up well to him there. Beckham. And that is headed for the middle. Vieira is there and he can get that clear. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Now it's Messi. Messi. Kimmich, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory, and he was alert to it. Neymar.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
Ended up in no man's land. Looking for the run. Kimmich. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And he was quick to react. And it's Messi. Nicked it back promptly. And it's half-time. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat. And all of a sudden, things are looking pretty rosy. So there was the first half.
Well, I've been left almost breathless here, Peter. This is frantic stuff. 45 minutes just seem to fly by. Here's hoping both teams can maintain this level.
Kyoto Sanga are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. So we're off again. Pirlo. Van Dijk is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. It's a promising position, and he's managed to get free. Oh, well played, well played. Oh, he's having a go! Great effort, but no way through. And the pass is intercepted. Ibrahimovic. And here's Suarez. And this is Hazard. It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, he hit that sweetly. Thuram. Oh, played through for the wide man. He's got away. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Beckham.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Neymar. O'Reilly. Quality ball. Beckham. Gattuso. And it's Messi.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Pirlo. Now that's well seen too. And he's intervened well there. Yamal. Oh, super find. He's in. And the shot! And yes, it's there! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Kyoto Sanga go up by 2 and are looking good.
You could certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Tries to get it clear. And it's Luis Suarez. And they're back on the ball. And he shoots! That was superb goalkeeping.
Hazard really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Pirlo. Now it's Romario. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Beckham. Can he finish? No, not quite.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Lo reemplazará número 17.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Now it's Ibrahimovic.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Yamal is onto this. He's done very well to take that back. That is good alertness. Chiesa. And it's Gattuso. Dembele has the space to scheme.
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número 10, Messi. Entrará al campo, número 18.
Gattuso. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Ibrahimovic. Nedved. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Romario. Now he's got space here. That's good vision. Gattuso calmly anticipates. Vieira does really well to win the ball there. Gattuso. Short changes him with that pass. Gattuso. And this is Romario. So what can they make of this? And it's Romario. Romario! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Pomp, panache, and passion. This, a man full of it all. A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
So now the difference is 3. And it's Nedved. Ibrahimovic. He has a look out. And this is Ibrahimovic. That's a little off target. Gattuso. Might be danger here. Kimmich really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Pass somewhat off target. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Kimmich. Chiesa. And that's it. Kyoto Sanga have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. Romario reflecting on a stellar performance and now taking home a permanent reminder for his mantelpiece. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. The Netherlands have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated, but in truth, with the right personnel, it works just as well as any other system or formation. Success can still be had with it, and teams are still winning big trophies with exactly this setup.
And it's Gattuso. Knocks it out wide. And here's Romario.
Romario really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
It's little surprise, Peter, that this fella Tonali gets compared to some real legends of the game. The style of play, even his appearance. Yes, he'll be the one expected to take up a deeper role and play-make from back there, but I see him as having a lot more than that in his game. His positioning is key. He reads the game particularly well. He's headed for stardom.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Pirlo. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Now it's Mbappe. Timber. First quarter of an hour gone. That's a good run down the left.
Oh, really well played.
He's picked his way through. And that has left him in a heap.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And it's hoisted clear. And it's Pirlo.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Oh, he's been caught napping! Aguero. Now it's Mbappe. Thuram proves too strong, too smart. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's Pirlo! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Pirlo clearly is very disappointed, but at least his boss is applauding him for his efforts. That's the kind of attacking endeavour they need.
Koundé. Chouameni. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Bellingham. Now it's Aguero. Engages and forces him off the ball. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Aguero. Cannavaro. Gattuso is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Pirlo.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn. Aimed
beyond the defence. That is a brilliant interception. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
He won't be happy with that one. And it's Bellingham. Pirlo. Knocks it into space.
The Netherlands really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Vieira. Oh no, what has happened here? He's shifting through the gears here. Forced to go back. He's had a shot! Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. And this is from Mario. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Chouameni, Dani Olmo. Passing nice and neat. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, good Bellingham! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Bellingham actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Bellingham. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
So, a temporary halt to the action. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So neither side yet off the mark.
It's not a bad game by any means, Peter, but it definitely needs an injection of some invention, creativity. There's so much you can do with all that industry by just adding a little bit of skill.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break.
Please be made aware that smoking is only permitted in designated areas within these grounds. Substitution for Netherlands, number 11, Mbappe. Coming on to replace him is number 80, Ronaldinho.
So we're off again.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Now it's Dani Olmo.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And he was alert to it. Nicely spread. Yamal is always looking to play quality balls. And that was nowhere near his best. Tonali, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
De Ligt. He's had it taken off him. Shifted it to the flank. Now it's Aguero. And it's Ronaldinho. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Romario. Cannavaro does really well to win the ball there. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Bellingham. And here's Aguero, and here's Dani Olmo, and he cuts out the supply. Spread to the right, looking to play him in. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. He has found the way through. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Cannavaro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. It's Aguero! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Koundé. Passes short and sharp. Decent chance! And that's in! waited, now they have it! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Substitution in progress.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Messi coming on to a rapturous reception. It is the moment we've all waited for.
Now, that's what you call a luxury addition, to be able to summon someone of this calibre.
So we have the first goal.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Neymar is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Yamal providing an outlet on that flank. Impressive jump! And there's a goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails, most definitely.
Tries one from range! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Kyoto Sanga do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Now it's Aguero. Ronaldinho. Cannavaro spots it and intercepts.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Ronaldinho. Chance! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Substitution for Netherlands. Number 19.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Number 20, Dembele.
The Netherlands really are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Mateus, can he get onto this? He's got away. Yamal. Lofted. David Villa! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Chouameni. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Chouameni, well timed, excellent interception. Mateus, it's a pretty loose pass. Another pass just keeps it ticking. Dani Olmo! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Messi. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cruyff quietly revving up. Chouameni is looking wide.
There will be 3 minutes
Well
added
seen,
time.
saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Oh, good-looking ball. And he's in on goal! And he shoots! Oh, wow, that's crazy! A game of margins, a game of thrills! This might just do it! That really is quite fabulous. All his own... Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won, ultimately decided by just the odd goal. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We are just getting started. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
O'Reilly. Oh, that is a nice touch. Cross flung in towards the middle. Here's a shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Vieira actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Goes without saying, that was poor. Messi. Now Mbappe engages and forces him off the ball. Yamal. That has ended up in no man's land.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
Gerrard. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Thuram. Cannavaro. And it's Vieira. Passing is crisp and sharp. Kyoto Sanga are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. That has not gone well. Gerrard, never out of the action for very long. Cherki powering forward here. Cross needs to be good. And it's claimed by the keeper. Neymar. For Messi. Now it's Romario. He has found the way through. Romario stood his ground. He's having a shot! He's delivered all right! So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
21 minutes is number 10, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi.
And that's it. And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle and here we go.
Frank Rijkaard's presence here in the middle will be massive, Peter. He's so physically dominant, such a destroyer.
But he does have a certain X-factor as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that's the side of his game that makes him so special, that ability to play on the front foot, triggering counter-attacks, quickening the tempo, and even carrying the ball forward, you know, if required.
Which has come to be expected from players in that position now, but at the time, of course, it was revolutionary.
Absolutely was.
No, he is not giving anything away. Forlan tries to pass it through, and he was alert to it. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And here's Mbappe, and here's Forlan, always goal side. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent, it's almost personal, and it had to be. Schlotterbeck did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Messi, and Messi! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
So Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
That has been cut short. Pirlo. Neymar. And it's O'Reilly. Picked out brilliantly. Still goalless at the moment. O'Reilly. Now, what about a counter-attack? That's tidy. That is good strength. Nicely shaped cross. Messi, very much a man of this moment. Yamal, he's picked his way through. Yamal going face-to-face with his great rival. Nice bit of trickery. And this is from Mario. And that was probably asking just too much.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but still very good quick thinking on his part. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
What a throw in. And this is Neymar. Good challenge, excellent challenge.
Oh, makes every duel look like a total mismatch.
Now it's Yamal. He's a sharp little ball here.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Rijkaard. Now it's Mbappe. Messi. Good running, strong and purposeful. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Cruyff. Well, that pass isn't the best. Vieira. And it's Messi. Messi really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
And here's Yamal. Messi is someone with real dynamite in his boots. That's a good foray he's making. Oh, it's come loose. He's in a good position here. Romario! He's done very well to get to that.
Romario is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 2 then. Deftly away. Forlan. Flamengo are looking to go forward now. Messi driving forwards. Pirlo. O'Reilly. Here's a perfect combination of brain and brawn.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality
And Messi! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And the whistle goes for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. The midway point of the game.
Well, it was great to see them try to turn their possession and chances into a goal. They definitely wanted one before the break, and okay, while it didn't happen, things could start changing if they can continue in the same manner.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. So we're off again.
Kyoto Sanga clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is Forlan, and he's managed to get free. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Neymar knocks it into space. Ferdinand promptly onto that, and that is that. Ferdinand is very much of the non-shall-pass school of defending. And it's Cruyff. Zanetti. Some really good ball movement. Flamengo are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. And that's going to be a booking. Flamengo can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Camisa 21, camisa 11, deixando o campo.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he?
Camisa 19,
Elise.
camisa 10.
Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Now it's Aguero. And he's got the beating of his man. Cannavaro did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Pirlo can so cleverly bypass the press. And he's going to have his name taken.
Substituição no time do Flamengo.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Romario! And that's a good finish. And the game has liftoff. You just know there is no stopping that.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Kyoto Sanga have broken through. It's 1-0.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Now it's Ronaldinho. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Forlan. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct.
And there's the shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Olise goes short. Delivered low.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
There's the shot! Oh, off the bar! No, just not quite.
I'm a little surprised that he actually couldn't make that count. He's so good from that range. Often, he'll find a net.
Flamengo have their second corner now. Well read, and the danger is averted. That's going to go a long way.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Cruyff quietly revving up. Kyoto Sanga perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Turns back here, probably the best option. This is a promising build-up. Now there's a fine ball. Ronaldinho. Now he's got space here. Floated through.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals. There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
And here's Aguero.
Flamengo truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
Oh, shooting chance! 1-0 as we head towards the end. Now it's Neymar. Vieira. Spread to the right. Now it's Romario.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And this is Ronaldinho. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Olise. O'Reilly gets a foot in and wins the ball. A probing pass. Nicely worked. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Kyoto Sanga really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Teremos 3 minutos de acréscimo.
Spread out to the left. Threads one in. Now it's Romario. Now it's Cruyff. Now who's going to be first to this? That is good alertness. Now it's Aguero. And that is as far as it goes. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Romario taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, a bit of a scrappy affair, not quite a smash and grab, but the more it went on, you felt that this game would be decided by just that one moment.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're up and running.
There's Lamine Yamal, Peter, the latest Spanish superstar. I'd like to see him get a lot of freedom on that right wing.
And is that his best position?
I'd say so, Peter. With him being left-footed, he can cut it.
Shoots! They've scored!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Norway finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Threads one in. O'Reilly finding himself in space. Goes for a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And he's forced to go back. And it's Ronaldinho. Bellingham. Here's Rodri. Now it's Romario. Dembele. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. It's Aguero! No, just not quite.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Aguero. That's beautifully weighted. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Yamal, quarter of an hour played. Dembele. And it's Neymar. Cruyff looking to be a menace in the final third. Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Strong running down that left flank. That's very neat. O'Reilly, and this is Cruyff. There's the shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, what a ball! Strokes it back. Short changes him with that pass. Pirlo. Now it's Dembele. And this is Cruyff. Martin, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
O'Reilly, delivered low. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Yamal. O'Reilly. And here's Dembele. Dembele! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And this is he's having a shot! It's a goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Norway restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Pirlo can so cleverly bypass the press. And it's Bellingham. Ronaldinho knocks it into space. Oh, that's fabulous. Played into the box. And it's hoisted clear. He's having a hit! It's wide, but only just.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
Now it's Aguero. And this is Aguero. Now he's running away. And tries a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Turan. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Cruyff. Now it's Romario. Dembele.
There will be 1 minute at
Nice
a time.
control. And he's there to retrieve it. Played in.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Great vision. Rodri. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time.
And now, please turn
So
towards
there was the
screen
first
for a
half.
special
Well, you have to
presentation
ask
featuring
questions
our
how
guest
this has stayed
performance
1-1,
today.
Peter. I do think, though, that the way spaces have been found in key areas with relative ease will be a real concern, something that needs addressing, and fast.
But it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Kyoto Sanga clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Pirlo. Ronaldinho. Romario. Bellingham. And it's Ronaldinho. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Yamal. Dembele. Now it's Romario. Spread out to the left. Ronaldinho. That's going across goal. Well, now it's a race for the ball. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
And Romario! Oh, split-second reaction.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Schlotterbeck is there, and he can get that clear.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Yamal is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
The attendance for this match was 52,820.
And it's Dembele, looking to play him in. And that was nowhere near his best. Martin makes the interception. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Yamal, and this is Neymar. Good read, needed to be. Cruyff who does have an assist to his name. Now it's Romario. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Yamal, he's got away. Oh, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep, swings it across. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that...
And there's the shot! Oh, full marks for that effort.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Substitution.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 15, Bellingham. Coming on the field is number 21, Olise.
Substitutions
O'Reilly.
taking place.
Vieira is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Can he finish? And no, he couldn't find the finish.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Corner number 2 then.
Substitution for Norway. Number 3, Kukcu. Number 17, Neymar. Number 14, Aguero. Number 10.
And now a sudden chance to
Coming
counter.
on the field, number 8, Gerrard. Number 18, Ronaldinho. Number 11,
He's under lots of
Mbappe.
pressure there.
Number 7.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry.
Dembele.
This is Dembele, and he's managed to get free. Neymar. Now it's Romario. Zakaria gets across to intercept that. Now it's Dembele. And here's Olise. Now it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho! And it's hoisted clear. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
And it's Ronaldinho. Nicely weighted ball. Olise. Dembele. Decent chance! Oh, that is rather wayward. Oh no, this does not look good. Thuram. Neymar. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. This is a promising build-up. And he's let fly. He's done very well to get to that.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
Cleared without hesitation.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
2 minutes to be added on. Gerrard, renowned for his long-range shooting. Looking for options for movement. He's onside. They'll have to settle for that. A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Highly entertaining until the...